Hello! Love, love, love. Today is a beautiful Monday and I'm wearing yellow because in Thailand on Monday you wear yellow. It's the yellow day. Tuesday is pink, but I'm not sure if I'm going to wear pink tomorrow. Who cares about the color? It's about the feeling, and the feeling is very yellow today indeed. Why? Because I've been thinking about human voices and what they do to us. So when I talk to you in a certain voice, with certain intonation and certain speed, certain accent, it affects you through your ears, which are merely receptors, through your whole body. So we often underestimate voice and what it does to us. But I noticed that with me personally, when I hear different people talk, not necessarily to me, but between themselves too, their voice gets into my ears and through my whole body, and it makes my cells form these patterns, invisible patterns. And depending on the voice, patterns are different. And some voices feel very comfortable and some feel a little less comfortable. So maybe we underestimate voices. I know nothing about this, but this is just the feeling I get, that there is something more about our voices than just the words and the meaning of what they're saying. Of course, there is the angry voice and the happy voice, but it's much more than that. And they're drilling, so pause this for a while. So we can choose our voice when we talk to somebody or drilling. But it's enough about voices. The subject of today is choosing yourself. What's choosing yourself? Is there many yous or is just one you? Then, if there's just one you, can you answer this question? Why do different people see us differently? Why does your ex-girlfriend say that you're a selfish bastard who only thinks about his own needs and doesn't care about other people, doesn't know how to listen, and does not understand women? And why does your friend say that you're a very caring, generous, understanding person who always listens and is a pleasure to be with? And why does your mother say that you're an amazing, unique, giving, altruistic person who is really should be the president of the country because of his personal qualities? Well, I am exaggerating, but different people have different opinions of us, of the same us. That means that we show our different sides to them by our actions. So let me give you a situation. Yesterday, I had an appointment with a friend at 3 p.m. and it takes about 45 minutes to drive there. I come there, sit down, there's nobody there. In 15 minutes, I call my friend, no answer. I'm there, still. Brought all the fruit with me, so we could share the fruit. In half an hour, still nobody showed up. I call again, no answer. Well, maybe something happened, you know, with the motorbikes and the dangerous roads, so there's a little bit of worry about me, but something is telling me it's not an accident. So after an hour of sitting and waiting, I go to the beach and find a very beautiful swing on the beach, sit there and read a newspaper, learning Thai, having a very good time, and still there is no call from the friend. So after 2.5 hours from the time of the appointment, I come back home. Did I experience any emotions such as anger, disappointment, or rejection, or even being taken advantage of? No. But the friend finally calls, and I'm faced with a choice of how to react to this situation. Now, there's Lena 1, Lena 2, Lena 3, and Lena 4, and Lena 5. That means it's your choice how you react to this situation. First, I think, what are my feelings? Do I feel angry? No, I had a wonderful time by myself on the beach reading the newspaper, and I found a good spot, which I might visit again. So is that really a waste of time? Was it? No, it wasn't. But if I answer the phone and say, "Hi, how are you? I was waiting for you, but you never turned up, so I just read a newspaper." that might tell the friend, let me pause this, that they can do the same thing over and over again. So I wouldn't want that to happen, because you do want to have a reliable friend to count on. If you make an appointment, you want them to turn up, right? So I can't react naturally. Then I think, what would a friend expect to hear? So I asked a few people how would they react, and they said, I'd be pretty pissed. So I think, okay, I could answer the phone and say, why weren't you there? I waited for so long. But that wouldn't be me. But I could do that. There would be one me. And that's what expected from the other side, because the messages that came in said, sorry, I fell asleep. Okay, now the third way to react would be to totally ignore the person. So they think of, oh, something must have happened, or she thinks that it was really, really bad and we shouldn't continue our friendship, or things like that. There is a number of ways to react that will show that person who is relatively new friend what kind of person I am. And the person is up to me. The reaction is up to me. So creating the image, it's always a choice. You can show one you, you can show the other you, and they form their opinion of you. Why am I talking about changing ourselves? Because I am about to reveal the new you in my body, the me to you on December 11th. You will see another Lena, another face, which is still the same Lena, but she chooses to act in a slightly different way, which is still her, but it's just another face of her. And we have many, 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 many faces, don't we? So don't be surprised, the course of the videos will also change, because you will feel and see a different person here. But you don't have to feel sad saying goodbye to me, because it will still be me, just a different face of me, and you might like that face, you might not. And I might not like it myself, because I haven't tried that part of me yet. This is also a good lesson for you, as I would like my night to be able to differentiate between different yous as well. So today, when you face a situation, any sort of situation, your employee telling you, oh, I couldn't finish this project on time, you have different reactions that can come out of you. What? You said you would. How could you? There's one. Another one. It's all right. That's fine. You will finish it eventually. The third one would be somewhere in between, and so on. The fourth one, you can look at them, ignore them, and walk away. And that's the worst one, because then they don't know what to expect. What are you thinking? Oh, you're going to fire them now? Or at home with your girlfriend, when she does something, and just before that reaction that you're used to jumps out of you, saying something rude or saying something nice, flip it and react in a different way, and see that you can be different, you indeed, by breaking the habit of being the same you and reacting in the same way. I'll tell you another situation from yesterday. I was so ashamed of myself for experiencing an emotion of anger for the first time in quite a few years, and acting out that anger as well. I was driving back, and there was a big ambulance going wheel, 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 coming from behind. And all the cars, you know, they get aside, and I do too, to let the ambulance go. And it's only a one-line, sort of there and back, narrow road traffic. And there is one person, a tourist in a rent car, blocking the road for the ambulance, because he saw that there is a parking space on the other side of the road, that he wants to make a U-turn and take that parking space. and nothing will stand in his way. Of course, he could give up the parking space and get aside so that the ambulance could pass and save somebody's life from a motorbike crash. Or he could stay there and wait until, you know, he has his right of way. For 2.5 minutes, he was there trying to make a U-turn, not letting the ambulance go. And I felt something inside me, which is very different from the usual emotion of love, which went up and all the way to my head and felt very warm and powerful. And then I went like, beep! And then I thought for a second, hold on, what am I doing? I just got angry and then had to observe what has happened, because it's a very unusual emotion. I got out of the body, mentally of course, looked at myself from the outside and said, girl, you just got angry because of your judgment of that person not doing what you think he should do, expectation. And of course I was arguing with the other self. It's like, hey, but this is obvious. Somebody could die there in these 2 or 3 minutes. And the guy's just, you know, being so selfish, not wanting to give up the parking space. And then the other me said, but you know what? Maybe that guy was very confused and didn't know what to do and didn't know where to go, because he's a tourist. He just rented a car and it's a left side traffic, right? So maybe he's just confused where to go and what to do. Could you understand him? Were you ever in a situation like that? And I was going to say, no, of course I would let the ambulance go. And then remembered a few years back when I was listening to the music really loud in the car and didn't hear the wee, 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 and I was still driving, and when I looked in the mirror, there was an ambulance right behind me going like, let me go, let me go. It's like, oof. Really not intentional, but that happened. So with the understanding that the other Lena persuaded me that maybe that person did not quite cooperate with the situation because he misjudged it and he couldn't react in a proper way. Of course, if you ask him, sitting there, you know, sit him in the room and ask him, what do you think a person should do? Take the parking space or let the ambulance go? And he would say, am I a fool or what? Of course, let the ambulance go, because that's the proper way. That's a little story for you. But I was ashamed of my reaction of beeping and making the situation worse because of this instant rush of and let us not do that. Let us not do that. Let us try to understand and act. Because I don't think that B really helped anyone except this person to let out the anger, act on the impulse. How shameful! How shameful not to think and not to be able to see the situation properly, right? But we all learn from that, and I just did too. So, you will see the new me on the 11th. For now, your task is to change your reactions to the other reactions, the reactions that you're really not used to so far. This is a new dance. Could be almost Gangnam Style or Mother, Father, Gentleman. Do you remember this? Nobody cares about the song now, but it was so popular, right? You did a good job. Gangnam Style, yay! Okay, it's breakfast time, so all my love to you. And from now on, I will accept test results and new people, email, you know, the email, and no emails for the few days that we are accepting new applications, because if they get mixed up, something will get lost, and we don't want all the mess, do we? Okay, have a good day, and we'll talk to you again in a few days. Of course, you are going to see me on the video tomorrow. Goodbye.